afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone, Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla. I'm a light worker and a crone, and this is my friend Heather, also a light worker and a crone. How is everybody today? We've just had a minor disaster. Hi, Epiphany. How are you? We dropped an entire drink on the floor. Somebody kicked it over, I think.
Well, I hit it with my hand, and it's usually out of the way, but
Not today.
not enough today.
So, how is everybody this beautiful Tuesday? We're going to do a show on Dr. Emoto's water studies. I hope that sounds good to you guys, but it should be fun.
Yes.
Oh, great. Hi, Juno Sphere, Epiphany Noel, Lisa Rhodes. Welcome, ladies. We love having our fellow crones here. Before we get started in Dr. Emoto, though, and we do have photos, of course. Hi, Sun Psychic Jean. Welcome. Welcome. Nice to see you. I love the little sunshine she's got up there. Aren't they cute? You guys are finding different emojis than me. I don't ever see these cute ones. Anyway, before we get started on Dr. Emoto, let's go to Heather's cards and see what they have to say for today. Get my dirty Kleenex out of there.
Okay. It smells so grapey.
It does smell grapey in here all of a sudden.
Oh.
And what is this here? My cards. Okay. We've been playing with cameras, knocking over drinks.
Yeah, why not, you know?
It's one of those days.
Mm.
Ooh, I like gifted.
Ah, okay. So, it looks like all these different things.
Just a moment. All right, Sun Psychic Jean, I hope you have a wonderful acupuncture appointment. I hope it does wonderful things for you. We'll catch you on the replay.
Right.
Love you. Have a great afternoon.
That is super cool, Juno.
You said you got to meet him. How exciting, Juno. You have to do a show on him then, because yours will be a whole lot more in depth than ours.
Yeah, ours is
Hi, White Dragon.
just enough to wet your whistle.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
I bet you have some great stories. We look forward to hearing them too. Okay, back to the cards.
Okay.
Sorry.
We are the ones with the return of the spirit, but things that are getting in our way is not just mediumship, it's also all those other gifts that we have. And of course, our human is gifted. But our soul keeps the faith. So we just keep going with it. And sometimes those things get in the way of our return of spirit. You know, sometimes we get caught up in the mechanism of what we're doing instead of what spirit's trying to tell us. So sometimes it gets in the way. But when we use the violet flame, and that can be with somebody either on the other side or on this side, but we start to get ourselves put together again. And we end up back in our power. So sometimes it just takes getting everything all back together again.
I'm sure that's true. White Dragon, I love it. The Cronites. I've been calling the younger ones the Cronettes.
Yeah.
They're Cronettes because they're not 50 yet.
Right. But they're getting wise.
Yes, I think they're a lot wiser, a lot younger these days.
Yes.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about Masaru Emoto, who was born in 1943 in Yokohama, Japan. He was an internationally renowned Japanese researcher, author, scientist, and businessman. He graduated from Yokohama Municipal University's Department of Humanities and Sciences, majoring in international relations. Juno said you have a nice reading. He also received a doctorate of alternative medicine from the Open International University. For over 20 years, until he passed away in 2014, he studied how the molecular structure in water transforms when it's exposed to human words, thoughts, sounds, or vibrations. And intentions. Sorry. Dr. Emoto revolutionized the idea that our thoughts and intentions impact the physical realm. We hear this all the time. It wasn't just from him. His was
No.
water, but it just fits in with everything else that we've
that
been
we've been
learning and
learning.
been told.
Exactly.
From 1999, Emoto published several volumes of a work entitled Messages from Water. These volumes contain photographs of ice crystals and accompanying experiments, such as that of the rice and water 30-day experiment.
Now, he claimed that water was the blueprint for reality, and that emotional energies and vibrations could change the physical structure. And of course, we've always been saying that too, but he was trying to prove it with water. His water crystal experiments consisted of exposing water in glasses to various words, pictures, and music. And you can see what he was using there.
Look at the three top ones with the negative.
You
They're
fool,
just
evil. They're not nearly as lovely as the ones below. And
That's
those are
for
just those
sure.
words. He claimed that water exposed to positive speech and thoughts created visually pleasing ice crystals, and that negative intentions yielded ugly ice crystals formations.
I'd say those are pretty ugly.
They're not nearly in the same caliber as the other ones. And he held that different water sources produce different ice structures. For example, he held that water from mountain streams, when frozen, showed structures of beautifully shaped geometric designs. But the water from polluted sources created distorted, randomly formed ice structures. So, yeah, some of them are... Ugh.
Yep. Dr. Emoto believed water is the mirror that can show us what we cannot see. It is the blueprint for our reality, which can change with a single positive thought. All it takes is faith if you're open to it. The hypothesis that water treated with intention can affect ice crystals formed from that water was pilot tested under a double-blind condition. A group of approximately 2,000 people in Tokyo focused positive intentions towards water samples located inside an electromagnetically shielded room in California. Well, that's nowhere near. That's pretty far away. The group was unaware of similar water samples set aside in a different location for controls. Ice crystals formed from both sets of water samples were blindly identified and photographed by an analyst. The resulting images were blindly assessed for aesthetic appeal by 100 independent judges. Results indicated that crystals from this treated water were given higher scores from aesthetic appeal than those from the control water, lending support to Emoto's hypothesis.
Wondering what White Dragon said. It doesn't just apply to water.
I agree, White Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It applies to pretty much
A lot of things.
well, anything on the planet.
Yeah.
Because it's all vibration.
Now, one of the boldest claims of Dr. Emoto that he managed to prove scientifically was that water is sensitive to our thoughts, words, and feelings. That sounds familiar too. Water can change its molecule structure according to the environment into which it's introduced. For instance, he argued that prayer and heavy metal music could influence the molecular structure of water differently. His book, Hidden Messages in Water, says that water records information and while circulating through the earth, distributes information. The extraordinary life work of Dr. Emoto is documented in the New York Times bestseller, The Hidden Messages in Water. They keep repeating that, but that's the main book you want to go to. And while water exposed to fearful and discordant human intentions results in disconnected, disfigured, and unpleasant physical molecular formations, he did it, all of his research, through magnetic resonance analysis technology and high-speed photography. Now look at those. Now the one that gets me is John Lennon's Imagine.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And the love one.
Yeah. But then look at I Will Kill You.
Eek.
And then they had Fujiwara before the prayer and Fujiwara after the prayer. So yeah, it looks to me like they do a fantastic job of influencing it.
Emoto's research also showed how polluted and toxic water, when exposed to prayer and intention can be altered and restored to beautifully formed geometric crystals found in clean, healthy water. I guess that's the Fujiwara photos.
Mm-hmm.
He also studied how sound affects water. His studies demonstrated how certain types of music, like classical music, generate beautiful crystalline patterns, while heavy metal music generate ugly and distorted crystalline formations. Dr. Emoto put water as a living consciousness on the map for the whole scientific world. And boy, did they give him a hard time about it.
Mm-hmm.
They really...
There are several articles that just called all his work just bunk.
But that has changed.
Mm-hmm.
He showed us how water is an energy capable of more than we ever imagined. The power of human thoughts, sounds, and intentions has to strengthen or disempower is one of the greatest discoveries of our time. And we all know all about intention, the power of intention. His work has us question if water is affected by the words, intentions, and energies. What about human beings who are made mostly of water? Like humans are 60% water. The planet is 70% water.
Your brain is 73% water. Just think about all the negative things going in your brain and how it functions in there now.
Imagine all the information that we get on a daily basis is going into the water in our bodies.
And you have seen muscle testing? Well, 79% of your muscles are water. So, that testing where it check your strength, you say nasty things to you and all of a sudden you can't hold your arm up, and then you say nice things to you and all of a sudden you can.
Kinesiology.
Yeah.
Kinesiology. You can do this.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it with your arms out. There's multiple
all the muscle
ways.
testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all to do with the memory in our water in our body.
Right. So for the rice experiment, which you can do at home if you really want to, he put equal amounts of water and cooked rice in 3 mason jars. Now, these are not his. Somebody else did the experiment. The jars were sealed and labeled. He said, thank you on one. He said, you're an idiot on a second. And the last one was considered the control jar because they didn't do anything.
No label.
No label, yeah. And so for 30 days, he consciously set out negative or positive thoughts towards the 2 jars, respectively. And he thoroughly ignored the third one. And after a month, the results were in. The thank you jar began to ferment and had a nice, pleasant aroma. You're an idiot jar turned out to be mostly black. And the jar that they ignored began to rot and turn blue-green. Now, according to Emoto, the ignored rice fared the worst because negligence and indifference are the absolute worst things we can do to water, rice, and ourselves. More recent studies by German and U.S. scientists have shown that water is a liquid crystal, as its molecules always have the correct geometric shape, and water might be a programmable storage media. So they're agreeing with them, and more and more people are. But if you think about taking back to human beings again, think about babies. If you pay a lot of attention to the babies, they do well.
They thrive.
They thrive, right. And can you imagine? I don't really know what happens if you're yelling at babies all the time. I wouldn't.
No, if you ignore them.
No, you also have yelling. But if you ignore them, they don't flourish at all.
I'm sure yelling at them.
Yelling at them is not going to help either.
Yelling hate at them is not going to work.
No, but I can't think of anybody who would do that. I mean, they would come out not well, not well. So anyway.
So Dr. Masaru's experiments proved that the molecular structure of water can be altered. This is based on water's ability to retain the memory of everything it comes across. Positive words, good thoughts can bring positive changes to water. Similarly, because nature is soothing and peaceful, the crystals formed with natural spring water were found more symmetrical, well-balanced, and attractive in Emoto's experiments. Makes sense. Negative words, mean thoughts, can change the structure of water molecules into a disorganized and less appealing form. This suggests that anything unpleasant and distressful can influence the molecular structure of water in a negative way. Dr. Emoto's 30 years of groundbreaking research conveys a message that love, gratitude, and positivity can influence our bodies and our surroundings. What we need to understand is water is a living entity and it should be treated and respected as such.
Think about it when you're trying to lift your moods and you say fake it till you make it. You're basically putting in all that positive energy so that you can get that positive energy. You're helping it. And I mean, with that much water in us, how can it help? I mean, how can it help but help?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
we're with you, Juno. We feel the same way. Don't give the energy to those entities out there that are not vibrating at a higher frequency. Ignore it.
Yeah, it's the worst thing you can do for them.
Is ignore them. They won't like it. But we need to ignore all the hate and ugliness out there.
And just send them love for themselves.
Absolutely. You're right, Tracy. It's amazing to see the effects visibly. I really want to do this. I'd like to do this experiment myself.
Well,
I don't know that I'll ever get around to it, but I think it would be really neat to do. So, Juno, this is the basics of Dr. Emoto, and you are more than welcome to take it away from here and do your...
Since you've done so much reading on him. I mean, we did...
Yeah, and I think it would be a great one for your channel.
Yeah, you could even do the experiment and then do the project.
Cool.
Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, we're going to read cards. We knew this was going to be a bit of a short one, but I hope you all enjoyed that and got a little bit out of it. And let's go to reading cards.
It's really surprising how much influence water has.
It is indeed.
Yeah. Thanks. That would be great. Let us know when you do it. I want to watch it.
Or maybe that could be the show you come on and do with us.
Yeah.
There's always that. You know, we like your skeletal hands.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do mermaid hands. Do mermaids have different hands? The only one I can think of is the creature from the deep.
Well, they have webbed fingers,
the Black Lagoon. Okay. She says, let's do it. Let's do it. I think that sounds fun. So who wants a card? Who would like to have their cards? Yes, fins, Juno.
Fins, right. There you go. Webbed hands.
Yes, webbed fingers. That would be fun. Yeah, okay. Juno is first card. I'm going to write Tracy down and White Dragon. Who else is here?
You just gonna get everybody. Sure, Epiphany.
You bet, Epiphany.
And Tracy.
I got Tracy second. Okay, White Dragon. Definitely got you down for a color. Okay, Juno's first. And I know that, let's pull one for Jean too, since I know she's going to watch it later.
I need to ask her about Ruth. Okay. For Juno.
Okay, Juno, this one's for you, babe. Oh, I need to pull one too. Go ahead.
Well, this kind of goes with that. This is caring connections, your friendships and partnerships.
Cool.
They're gonna be great.
Oh yeah, card cam.
Yeah, it's gonna. They're talking about all that, and if you're getting keys for your friend's new home today, yeah, fantastic, works good.
Okay, that which feels like a burden could be a boon. Just keep on moving.
It's gonna feel different living with somebody.
It will.
Yeah. But it's great.
It's going to be fun. Okay, Miss Tracy Ralph is next. How exciting, Juno.
Okay. The thinking woman. It found determined was going to flip out. So, that's somebody coming into your life who's got a lot of information that you want. You may not know you want it right now, but it will be coming in. It may be somebody strange. It may be somebody you already know. Strange meaning a stranger, not strange like us. But anyway. So it could be somebody you already know or somebody who is brand new to you. But they're going to have some information that you're all of a sudden going to want, and it will help out.
Okay, this is interesting. Let's see how this fits in.
Just put it down.
Oh, sorry.
Fine.
That's right. You can see it. Oh, yeah, you can actually see it. Don't let a glamour cloud your eyes. Somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, maybe. So just keep an eye out. Use your discernment.
That's the key.
Discernment is always the key. White Dragon, you're next. Oh, thank you, Tracy. She heard that. I don't know how to get to the Solaris Healing Temple every night. That's awesome. Isn't that on the planet Solaris? But I realized that, and I just heard on Dr. Gale's show yesterday that she was doing in the Solaris Healing Temple, is that she gets an hour a week to use the energy from that planet for healing. So I encourage everybody to go sit and listen to whoever's, or ask for help from Dr. Gale, because
whoever's watching benefits from
whoever's watching is benefiting from that energy, even if you don't, ask for a healing. You're still benefiting.
It doesn't necessarily have to be live, does it?
And I don't think it has to be live either. I think it's just embedded. Okay? Okay, White Dragon. Oh, you haven't pulled. Time to recharge, buddy. Look at you out there in the moon hanging out. Whoops, let me pull this down. Isn't he cute? Time to recharge.
And that's funny because you have the goddess of the moon here, which means
and the moon here.
Uh-huh. And she's backing you up, and it's using your intuition and going within. And that may be part of what you're doing right now. And when you don't sleep well, you may be doing some
Hi, Gertrude.
heavy work. Okay? But she's backing you up on it. So you're not.
Well, maybe
you're not
that's
sticking out
Solaris
there by
up there
yourself.
in this card that you're been hanging out at. That's pretty cool. Hi, Gertrude. Great to see you, dear. And thanks, White Dragon. He says, just ask your higher self to take you. It's in the Pegasus star system. Yep, you needed a break, White Dragon. That's why you didn't go last night.
Mm-hmm.
Take heed, the Crone said.
And who's next?
Lisa Rhodes. Are you still here, Lisa?
Okay. Well, you put it up.
I'll
where
put you on the
see
card list, Gertrude.
so you can see it. It has to do with letting go of some things that don't serve you anymore. Let them go and move away. Just keep going. It may be people, it may be ideas, it may be something you've run across. It just no longer is what you need. So you need to let it go and move on.
So cute. Let it go and move on.
Yep.
Well, that's interesting because this one says, you're in a period of abundance, just don't get greedy.
Okay, that's letting go too.
Let it go. I got you on the list, Gertrude. Okay,
who's
next is Epiphany. How's Miss Epiphany doing?
I think it's kind of funny that in your own way, this one is saying also to let go. It's attachment. I find that when I clean my room, I find things that I was attached to that I'm not anymore, so I can get rid of it. And that may be just a matter of what you need to do. Go through some of your stuff and see what you still find relevant to you. And if it's not relevant to you, I don't know how much room you have. We have limited space, but if it's not relevant, we get rid of it.
That's true. And this card says, treasure what's in front of you.
So that, to me, says the same part of the same thing, because if
Treasure
it's
what you
been
have and let
stowed
go
away
of-
for a while, you don't need it.
Treasure what you have and let go the rest.
Yeah, if it's been away.
Sweet, Epiphany. And then Gertrude.
Well, at least they didn't go to the floor.
No. Just the sticky drink.
Yeah. I can't believe that. Yes, I can. No, I can't. And who do we have?
We have Gertrude.
Gertrude. Uh-huh.
Gertrude, I love this. It looks to me like yams in the ground for some reason. But it says, trust that though you can't see what's around you, it's nourishing and beneficial. I like that.
And you've got the card here with a woman holding a heart. And it's a female. It deals with your family. So I have a feeling your family is nourishing for you based on that. But there's a woman with a heart big as the ocean around you, and she loves you.
Oh, that's lovely. Did we miss anybody in the chat room?
We'll go ahead and get Jean.
Because if not, we'll go to Miss Jean, and then we'll do a card
General.
for the... Yeah.
Door to personal healing and happiness. She's in the doorway. All she has to do is go through it. Things are beginning to happen for her. Door to personal healing and happiness.
Lovely.
Let me put that up a little bit. You can almost see that, there's two rainbows there. So that's good for her.
Sweet.
Good idea. And she's been working really hard. I'm glad she gets to walk through that doorway.
This says it's time to convince the dragon to share their magic. Convince the dragon to share their magic. Interesting.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Could be part of the doorway.
I don't know.
And
Maybe there's a special dragon out there that you need to ask for a gift. That's what I'm thinking in your travels with Miss Terry or something like that. What do you say? So we're going to do a card for the collective. Rainbows and magic. You got to love it.
Okay, the third chakra, Archangel Camille.
Is it Camille or Shamuel?
I don't know. It could be
Or
Shamuel.
Shamuel? Shamet?
Anyway, he's talking about your your desires and your life force energy, and he's backing you up. So don't be afraid. The energy will be there. And
Shamuel.
thank you.
Thank you, Juno. I knew you'd know.
Yeah, so let me see if I can get. He's got a great big ball of light here, but it has to do with your energy within you, and you'll
Third
find
chakra.
that. And when you need it, it will be there because he's standing behind you.
Whoopee! We love that story.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, it really was a short show.
Yeah, that was short.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about what we talked about, or any more comments?
Or anything else. Saturday's show we're going to do on angel numbers. So that's going to be fun. Angel numbers are always fun. And then we have Scott Allen on Sunday. And our shows are at 3 o'clock unless otherwise stated. They're always 3 o'clock Eastern time, noon Pacific. But Scott Allen comes once a month and we do past life. He reads past life. So if you guys are interested, be sure and come. On Sunday. Stop in on Sunday and see what he has to. Yes, Grandpa Scott, we got to be able to rib him but good on Sunday about his new
But that's
granddaddy.
a beautiful baby.
Yes, he's so excited. I love it. I haven't seen anybody. Yes, you can invite yourself on our channel. Please email me and I will get back to you. Okay, Gertrude? We'd love to have you, darling.
Right. Just let us know.
But just send me a note. Our email is in the description. And if you would pop an email to me, I have such a hard time finding people's emails. If you would try to contact me, that would be great, and we'll get you scheduled. Okay?
Yeah.
Sounds good. We love you guys. We appreciate everything that you do for this community and for you all being here so often.
And remember, like he showed with the water, even our thoughts make a difference. So keep sending out that unconditional love and that unity consciousness and get everybody on board with it.
That's right. And shine your light. Be sure and shine your light. Speak your truth and shine your light out there, because I know each and every one of you is absolutely full of love for mankind and this planet. And watching us ascend, this is the time of ascension. I don't care what any of the naysayers say. It's just the truth.
Be who you are.
That's right. We love you all, and we will see you on Saturday and then again on Sunday, hopefully. Until then, have a great rest of your week, and
we do not consider that pushy.
No, we do
Thank you,
not.
Gertrude.
We do not.
We love everybody we can come.
Take care, babes.
Okay.